Happy Friday to all of us as we continue our podcast conversation on prayer. Instead of recording in the studio this morning, I'm actually just in my chapel. Just broke out my iPhone and wanted to offer a few words to you about prayer that actually just kind of came from my own personal prayer. All week long, we've been talking about the Catechism of the Catholic Church and number 2567, which kind of paints for us a vision from the church about prayer and how the Lord is revealing himself in prayer and how we are to respond in prayer. And in that catechism quote, it says that God's initiative of love always comes first. Our own first step is always a response. What's the response that you and I offer in prayer? Or you might say, what is it that we do in prayer? Certainly all week long, we've been trying to lay a foundation, reminding us all of how God is the one laboring to love us, and God's taking the initiative, God's showing up. So what do you and I do? Well, we don't just passively sit back and expect God to do everything. We actively receive. In other words, we put ourselves in a position to hear God's voice, and we expect him to speak. We put ourselves in a position to feel God's presence, and we expect him to love us. What you and I do is we do everything that we possibly can to put ourselves in the best available position to receive from God. That means we show up. That means that when we show up, we're ready, we're, you might say, prepared for prayer. It's the little things that I think that we do that actually make a big impact when it comes to prayer. It's kind of hard to pray in the morning if we're going to bed late at night, right? It's kind of hard to pray at night if that's not the best time for us. In other words, it's the little things that often influence our receptivity. The choices that we make of when we're going to pray and what we're doing prior to that all influence our receptivity. Are we ready and prepared? Do we know what passage we're going to pray with? Do we have that passage set? Do we even have a Bible? In other words, it's important for us to not just open up the Bible and kind of play a little scripture roulette and see where the pages land. When we're prepared, when we're ready, when we are intentional about being receptive, then there's the balance in prayer of God leading us, but us being prepared to be led. I certainly find myself today praying for all those who already have been affected by the storm or will be affected by the storm here in South Louisiana. I guess that's why I wanted to record in the chapel today, then use the pre-recorded message that we had done a few days ago. I certainly hope that you and your family are safe, and let's continue to pray for all those first responders who are already doing a great job in preparing to protect us and keep us safe and secure. May you and your family be blessed. May this time of preparation for the storm and enduring the storm perhaps even provide some time for you to pray until we find ourselves together again this morning. God bless you.